Today, I want to share with you the 5 rules of distraction. These are rules that I use or try to use to kind of provide boundaries for when I engage in distracting behavior. And so let's start there. Let's start with what's a distraction? A distraction is a commitment that you have to yourself that doesn't serve your vision. And that's contrasted with obligations, which is a commitment you have to someone else's vision, or intentions, a commitment you have that serves your own vision. So distractions are just, they don't serve a vision, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with distraction. There's just some rules around that you need to create to have better consumption habits around them. Anything in moderation is fine. But distractions, especially with our phone, can kind of eat up a lot of our time in the day. So, what are my 5 rules of distraction? First of all, you can only have a single distraction at a time. That means if you're watching something on your TV, you can't have your phone. You can't have a laptop. If you're watching something on a laptop, you can't have your phone. You can't have your TV going. You can't have music playing while you're watching something, etc. You can't be listening to a podcast while watching something. I mean, it sounds silly, but I think I've fallen into this trap where I've put a show on TV and then I still check stuff on my phone, and before you know it, I'm doing 2 things at once. So that's the first rule. You can only watch a single thing at a time or listen to a single thing at a time. The second rule is that you need to be completely focused on this activity, which means if you're watching it on a TV, that's great. It should already be taking up the full screen. But if you're watching it on your phone, it should also be taking up the full screen. You should have notifications turned off so that you're completely absorbed and what you're watching is what you're watching, or consuming is what you're consuming. Same thing with a podcast. You should have notifications turned off, which is just a really good rule in general, so that it doesn't interrupt you. If you are watching on your laptop or your computer, put the tab full screen, etc. So you should be only engaging in that single thing and be completely focused to that. Brings us to our third rule. The length of the activity really matters. I'm choosing this pretty arbitrarily, and I'm putting it at, let's just say, 20 minutes. And the only real reason that I'm doing this is because when I used to watch TV as a kid, I was born in 1983, television shows were 30 minutes long, but it really only had 20 minutes of content. And I don't know, it felt right back then. That's my frame of mind. So I think if you're going to be consuming content, it should be at least 20 minutes or more. And this is partially because short form video content and short form content in general really harms our attention span. And part of the reason to even watch distractions is to kind of build your attention back up and get out of that infinite scroll, quick hit dopamine cycle. So that length has to be at least 20 minutes. That's the rule I set for myself. The fourth rule is that you have to watch it at the speed the creator intended. If you're watching a YouTube video, you can't skip around. You can't put it at 2x speed. You can't listen to a podcast at 1.5x speed and cut out all the dead spaces. Watch it as the creator intended. You're going to be fine. If you feel the inclination to skip ahead or make it faster, why are you consuming the content? If it's educational in nature and you're just trying to cram a bunch of information in, you're not consuming or processing the information in the speed that it's being presented, which means I don't think you're getting what you need out of it. That same thing with an audiobook. Don't listen to it at 2x speed just because you're trying to save time. What's the point of that? That's the fourth rule. The fifth and final rule is that you need to constrain the consumption activity, either temporally or spatially, meaning time or space. So that whether that's at a certain time of day or a certain period of time in the day and a certain space in the day. You can choose one or the other. I like to combine them both. It gives it more power. I personally have a certain side of the couch that I sit on when I'm kind of shifting into distraction mode. and it gives me a good phase shift. So one side of the couch, I can have my laptop and I can be productive and do that sort of stuff. But once I'm done with whatever task I was doing, then I shift to another side of the couch or another area of the couch, and then devices go away, phones go away, everything goes away, and now I'm focused on that so that I can maintain my 5 rules, which is one thing at a time, only that thing, completely focused, at least 20 minutes long, the speed the creator intended, and it's a certain time and a space. And having these rules, for me at least, gives me a much healthier balance of using distraction. I try to even I try to limit my use from the constrained standpoint to only after the kids go to bed. And I don't always hit all these rules. There are guidelines. Um, I can't be perfect. Perfection isn't the goal. But having a framework that you're striving for, that's really the goal. And that you're spending as much time within that framework as possible. So these are just my rules, my 5 rules of distraction. I'd be curious if you have any rules of distraction. I'd love it if you shared them with people that are watching this video. Maybe I'm missing some big ones that I should add. If there's any issues you have with any of the ones I have, let me know in the comments too. I love feedback, and I want to strengthen my own rules for consuming distractions. And if this resonated with you, I'd love it if you subscribe. It's a great signal for me as a new creator of the platform. And if you know of anyone in your life dealing with scrolling issues or any habit change, tell them I'm out here. I'm committed to helping them. I'm trying to post 3 days a week. Until next time, I appreciate you.